Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So I thought today in our little lap book we would make a little journal to go into this little pocket that we made last time. So what I'm going to do, I've taken a piece of the Tim Holtz paper, which is from the this little paper pack here, which I've had for a long time, and I folded it in half, and I've made a little sort of like 1/2 centimetre little spine down the middle, like that. It's not, I cut it down, so it's, let me use this one, oopsie daisy. I've cut it down to 6.5 inches, but it's not quite long enough. It's just under, it's like 3 3/4 inches, so it's not quite wide enough, but it's sort of like fits in there quite nicely, I think. So we've just got a little bit of a gap so we can get our fingers in there to take it out, but it's not quite wide enough, because I did show you these last time that I was going to use, which I found in my stash and must have made them many moons ago. I'm going to use these, but they're just slightly too big, and I don't really want to cut them down. I'd rather make the sort of cover a little bit bigger. I don't mind the sort of like little extra bit at the top. So what I thought I would do, let's just pop those out of the way. Let's just take this out of the way a minute. Fold this up. I'm so happy with that. I'm really having so much fun making this. So what I have done, I've taken the extra pieces of this I must have had a spare bit. I have cut this just over 2.5 inches, and again it is 6.5 inches long, and I've scored it. This is just 1.25 inches. I've scored it, so one side is a little bit longer than the other, and then what I've done on the shorter side, I've marked a centimetre in there, so it's just like a little centimetre in there. Sorry, I'm working in centimetres and inches, so it's like just under 1/2 inch. Yes, just under 1/2 inch on there, because that bit I want to stick onto there, so it just extends the cover a little bit. I'm making this very complicated, but so I'm just going to extend it by that much. But the reason I've got this little bit, because I'm going to use that bit as a little tuck on each side. Do you know what I mean? So then it will go like this. So I've got a little tuck on each side. So I hope that's makes sense. So all I'm going to do, I will be sewing this. Just going to add a little bit of glue down here, just to keep that stuck on there. And I didn't put a little pencil line down there, just so I've got it straight. I don't think I've quite cut it level, but I'm going to just pop that on there like that, so make sure that's stuck down. And I'm going to do the same on this side. I put that on the right way, that's it. And then can you see I've got my sort of pencil mark down there, just so that I've got a guideline. Now if you've got a piece of paper that fits, then that's even better, but sometimes it's quite nice to sort of like extend things, isn't it, and just add a little bit more detail to things like that. So let's see if that's gonna be nice and level for us. There we go. It's quite nice inside, because these are all sort of like colours go together. So that folds in, and that folds like that. I think I might have to just cut that little bit off. So there we go, that's the extended bit. Let's make sure we fit into our little pouch. So that fits in there nicely. Look at that. So that's quite a nice, it sort of like looks a little bit bigger. So that's lovely. I like it. So I'm going to sew down here. Just thinking about making a closure on this as well. I'm not 100% sure what to do, but I'll have a look at that in a minute. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop the lid on my glue, and I'm just going to trim this up. Should I trim that up first? I should, really, shouldn't I? Where's my scissors? let's just cut that little bit off. There we go. And this little bit, just a little bit. Okay. Okay, I'm going to get my sewing machine out, so, and just, shall I glue this down? Shall I just glue these little bits down? Or shall I sew? I might actually just sew down those bits. Look, sometimes it cracks a little bit. I think it depends which way you fold it as well. This Tim Holtz paper. I found that when I've used it before, it does crack. But what I think I might do is just sew down here, because that's a little... Shall I close down there? Shall I pop a little... Actually, what I might do is take a little notch out of there so they look like little pockets. I like the little notches. I'm not really bothered whether it's too much, whether it's in the middle. So it doesn't look very level, does it? Doesn't look very level. Let's have a look. Oh, that's better. It's only because it's a bit on the wonk. A little bit on the wonk. That's okay. Let's take this. Snip a little notch out. There we go. Let's ink it. Let's get our ink out. Give it a little ink. Like that. Like that. I really enjoy making this actually, because I do love to make things up as I sort of go along. And then I'm not making lots and lots of things to show you what to do, if you know what I mean. Sometimes when I do the Friday freebies, I have to make them a few times to actually get them to know what I'm doing. And then I end up with lots and lots of them. But if I make things up as I go along, I only end up with one. So I might put a little bit of fabric down there. I'm not sure yet when I've sewn that in. So that goes in there like that. And then we just open that up. So yeah, I'm going to just sew around these little bits. I'll sew around the edges down there, and then I'm going to pop it together and just sew around the whole thing. So let's get the sewing machine out. Pop that to the side. Now, can you see what I'm doing? There we go. So here's my little foot thing. So a quick little sew around. Okay, so there we go. That's lovely. Let's pop the machine to the side. Pop these little bits of glue everywhere. Right, let's just snip these bits off. Oh, I do like that. That's really nice, isn't it? Oh, I've just folded that over a little bit. Okay, so that's our little journal cover. So that's come out really, really lovely. And then we've got like a little tuck, something we can pop into there. So these are all the papers. I'm not going to use all of them. I've got some, I don't know, these are quite old. I must have done these a long, long time ago. Let's just put, there we go, just a few in here. Let's return one that way. And a little plain one. I don't need a lot. That. That's a little bag. Is that a bag? I must have cut that to either end. Okay. That can go in there as well. It's a bit bendy, isn't it? Let's take this. I'll stick that on to stop it bending. You reckon? Let's have a look. I suppose I could sew that. I know that's a little pocket there. I wonder if I sew just along this top bit, then we can have another pocket. Oh, I might do that. A little bit of interest in there. Shall we do that? And I can put another one of these on top. Or should we have that on the outside? That will do, won't it? That's enough. We don't need a huge amount. Maybe a little bit more. I quite like that on the top, though. Should I have a little bit? What's these little bits? These have got little holes in. I don't know what I've used those for, but I could add in these, couldn't I? Let's add in, doesn't matter if it's got holes in. Just want to use up some of the bits that I've got. Don't need that piece. Let's add another one of those, and then pop this over the top. And then we can just sew that in like that. Oh, I like that. Okay, let's put these away. I could use those on another one, on another bit, can't I? So, oh, what's that? That's an envelope. These are little extra bits. Let's pop those in our box. You can use those. That can go in the little box. So I've got this little box now, because then all the little spare bits of card that I have flying around everywhere are going into the box instead. Right, so this must be just one of those paper bags that I've cut the top and the bottom off. Little sandwich bag, but it's got a little bit of a kink in it. So if I pop that, doesn't have to go on perfect, does it? Let's do our little notch in here so we know it's a little pocket. We like the notches, or I like the notches. I'm supposed to be working on my wisteria journal today, but this was on the desk, so I thought I'd have a quick play and make a little journal. Okay, that's fab. So I'm going to hold on to that. Let's just bring in the sewing machine again. Okay. Are we in the right place? I think so. So just a quick sew, nothing fancy pantsy. Just, unless I might just sew the whole thing all the way down. Okay, lovely. So that's a little bit sewn together. Let's just see what that looks like. Oh, I need to sew that piece down there, don't I? It's going to go all the way through. And then we can, okay. Okay, let's bring this back, have a quick sew down through there. Okay, that's better. Oops. Okay, what does that look like? That looks quite cool. So we've got a pocket there, got a little pocket in there, and we've got a little pocket in there. Fabulous. Lovely. And then that will just sit on the front like that. So it's like a little journaly bit, sticky book, stick anything right in there, whatever, and then this can just go in there. Bits of cotton everywhere. And I'm just going to sew that in like that. Fabulous. Let's get my little sewy bits. Now, I'll tell you what, I've got some lovely bits and pieces somewhere. I don't know where they are. Oh no, I'll use them next time. I will use that next time. Oh, should we have a bit of gold? Oh, should we sew it in with some gold? That looks a bit... That will look nice, won't it? Let's just open this up. Let's find the middle. If I can find the middle. There we go. Let's pop those together. Let's pop that sort of in the middle. Do you think my little clips will fit? I could just about holds on to there, doesn't it? Another little one. Quite sure. Oh, just about holds it. Perfect. No, that's not going to hold it, is it? That way? Okay. So I've got that little spine in there, so I really need to get in the middle of those, don't I? So let's just make a little hole or a little mark on here. So if we put that like that, that's sort of the middle. So we'll have a hole there, and a hole there. I'm just going to use my little embroidery needle like that. Perfect. So it's got to go this way. So we need a hole there, and a hole there. Perfect. Should I use this? I better use my awl actually. Let's just eyeball this. What do you reckon? I think it's going to go through. Oh, look at that. Just on there. Oh, gosh, that's tough. One there. Oh, near enough. Gosh, this is chancing it, isn't it? And then where was the other one? I need to do that round this side. That's roughly there that we want. I think this is just gigantus. We don't need that. I'm sure I've got a smaller one. That's a bit smaller. Let's just take sort of 3. Not that we really need that much, but I think it'd be quite nice to have the gold on it, wouldn't it? Let's thread this through there. Let's go through in the middle. I think this is going to be a bit wibbly wobbly, but we'll be good. Oops, don't go through. Just poke that. Let's just poke it through this way, just so we know where we are. There we go. I can take these off. Poke that through there. Whoops. Through there. Is that the right way up? Yes. Oh, it doesn't really matter anyway, does it? And then we want to go down through here. And let's just poke it through, make sure we can get through there like that without going through all the other threads that we've got. There we go. And that's the hole. Yay! There we go. What do you reckon? Do you think that's a little bit wibbly wobbly, but I think that's going to look really nice, isn't it? There we go. A little bit of gold thread on there. Fabulous. Nice little bit of shiny. Let's just do that a little bit tight. Like that. Double knot. Just, if I trim that off, I might just tie a little knot because I think this sort of like frays a little bit. There we go. Let's just pop that on. A little knot like that. Okay, how lovely is that? Let's just squash that down. There we go, a lovely little, oh, I did put it on upside down, didn't I? Never mind, we've got the pocket at the back now. But that's okay, we got a pocket at the back. But I suppose I could stick something on there. Not that it really matters, does it? I had a funny feeling that it was upside down. But there we go, guys. Not everything turns out how you expect it to turn out, does it? So I might actually I might decorate that, but that's the main one for now. Our little journal that fits in there perfect. Look at that, just fabulous. But yeah, I think I need a little bit of something on there. And then what I did want to do is pop a little closure on here. So I'm not sure whether to have something like a little magnetic one. I was also thinking of maybe having something that comes, I wonder if I could attach and tie it this way. Let's see, or a little sort of magnetic closure. I was thinking, because I've got this left over, just wondering to pop that out of the way. If I have like a little magnetic closure, or this goes all the way around, I'm going to have a think about that. Do something like that. But for today, it was just sort of a quick one for the journal. Do you know what I mean? If this goes all the way around, I could sort of like have like a little magnetic closure or something. Or this way. What do you reckon? I will have a think. I will have a think. But loving that, I will add a little bit. And I was going to add like a little word of some sort on there as well. Not quite sure what. But I will think of something. But I like that. And I think I'll embellish that as well. But once we've got the main bits done, I can go back and do some things. So that fits perfect. Loving that. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. A nice little quick one today. And I will carry on with this in the next week or so. A few days a week, I think I'm going to have a play in this and try and get this done. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Take care. Stay safe. And I will see you soon. All right, guys. Bye-bye.